I spent 3 years trying to justify my mother's behavior with logic, telling myself she was just worried about me. It cost me a promotion, a girlfriend, and the ability to sleep without my jaw clenched. I'm starting tonight. Listen carefully. What I am about to tell you will decide whether you spend the next year shrinking into corners or standing on your own feet. Stop scrolling. Your chest gets tight when you hear their voice. You rehearse conversations in your head that never happen. The silence after you speak feels heavier than any argument. You are the person who apologizes for existing. You are the ghost in your own family, used for tasks and ignored for opinions. If you click off this video right now, that knot in your stomach will keep running your life for years. The auction for your dignity will continue, and you will keep bidding against yourself. I burned 8 months of weekends traveling home to fix things that were never broken. I spent that time, that money, that emotional fuel, on a problem that was mine to solve. That receipt is in the ledger. The first step is to stop diagnosing love and start diagnosing the playbook. This is where every other channel would sell you a family trauma course. Cope Ledger does not sell anything. No course. No apply to work with me Discord. We keep the receipts. We do not run the scam. The first tactic is triangulation. Psychologically, this is called social proof weaponization. By bringing a third person into the conflict, they make you compete for a spot in the tribe. Your brain's fear of exclusion gets triggered. Starting today, follow this rule. Refuse the triangle. When a parent says, "Your sister never complains," your only reply is, "Let's keep this between us." What do you need from me specifically? You do not engage with the invisible competitor. You anchor the conversation to the direct request. The second tactic is future faking. This is called the promise premium. They dangle an inheritance, a future loan, support, once you settle down, to control your present behavior. Your brain values a promised reward almost as much as a real one. Stop living for tomorrow's maybe. Start discounting all promises without present action. Your move is to say calmly, "I'll make my decisions based on what's real today." You sever the emotional credit line. The third tactic is intermittent reinforcement. This is the most addictive one. Psychologically, it's variable ratio scheduling, identical to a slot machine. They give love, approval, resources unpredictably. You become hyper-focused on the next to win, mistaking the anxiety of the chase for care. Recognize the pattern as chemical, not emotional. Your defense is to stop playing. Deliberate, predictable behavior from you breaks their lever. If they are cold for weeks, then suddenly proud, you do not react. You become the consistent wall that chaos cannot move. If you are still watching, you are already different from the 90% who clicked off. The fact that you are here tells me you are tired of arguing with yourself. The fourth tactic is gaslighting by proxy. This is reality corrosion through social consensus. They recruit others to question your memory, your feelings. Everyone thinks you're overreacting. Your brain trusts the group over itself. Starting tonight, document reality privately. Trust your own records over the communal narrative. When a sibling says, "Mom is just worried," your reply is one sentence. "I remember it differently and uncomfortable with my recollection." You do not justify, you state. The fifth tactic is strategic incompetence. This is forced compliance through conscientiousness exploitation. They feign helplessness, can figure out the tech, the paperwork, so your duty compels you to take over. Your move is to offer guidance, not service. Provide clear instructions, but do not do the task. Say, "Here's how you can do it. I'm confident you can handle it." You transfer the learned helplessness back to its source. The master pattern connecting all five is the strategic bypass of direct negotiation. Each one targets an emotional lever: insecurity, hope, addiction, doubt, duty, because these work faster than logic. Their goal is not to win an argument, but to make you argue with yourself until compliance feels easier. Your power is in naming the play and deploying the simple behavioral defense. It shifts the interaction from an emotional fog to a transaction you can manage. Subscribe to Cope Ledger if you're done being the guy who almost figured it out. If you are still the person who rehearses conversations in your head, don't subscribe. This channel is for the people who want the autopsy, not the apology. Comment triangle if you spotted the first tactic running on you last week. I'm reading everyone. No judgment. Just data. The choice is yours. Stay the ghost or become the wall. 1 year from now, you will either be sitting in the same tight-chested silence, or you will be the person who decided tonight. The loudest statement is the one you never make.